You know, even though I prefer to be alone now because I enjoy my own company and just take care of myself overall, I still experience loneliness sometimes, right? I talked about this a million times before in different videos about different topics, but lately I've been dealing with the same feeling again. Kinda. I've been feeling like suffocated. I've been feeling suffocated, that's the point. And I couldn't point my finger towards why, but I finally came to a realization about it. And after breaking my head over this, I understood that maybe it's not about loneliness. Maybe it's not about the need or desire of having people around me itself. And it's something more selfish, maybe. I don't think it is, because everyone has needs. But let me explain. I didn't grow up with emotional safety around me necessarily. I couldn't speak about my feelings and I couldn't be myself entirely neither. Because when I was myself and I showed my feelings and my thoughts without a filter, most of the time I was judged, hurt, or betrayed, or all of the above. So I learned that it was better to wear a mask and pretend to be a way that I'm not. Eventually, I got rid of the mask, but I realized that I was still showing just bits of myself to people. And that is logical in a sense because you're not going to be around a stranger oversharing or showing that you're angry or sad necessarily. But still, when I met someone I liked as a person, not romantically specifically, I noticed that I wasn't showing everything I would like. I was still trying to just be polite and I don't know, be sweet, be caring, which is a part of me, but I know I am goofy. I know I can be kind of childish when I feel comfortable enough. I know that I can be kind of violent, not physically, but verbally and mentally. And I wasn't showing that to anyone. The only person who knew this was my mother, and not even fully, because nobody knows me fully actually. But that's not the point. Since I didn't have emotional safety before, I was okay with this. I was okay with keeping those aspects of myself to myself because that way I felt safe. I only do it with myself inside my head, and that's not enough anymore. And that's when I started to crave connection. I started to want someone to talk to and be this way that I know I am. Because realistically, there are aspects of yourself that will only come out around people. For example, you might be very caring and loving with friends or a partner, but if you have no one, that aspect has no one to come out with. And that also triggers an imposter syndrome feeling because, at least for me, not showing these parts of myself makes me feel like I'm hiding them, like I'm pretending to be someone I'm not, even though I know the parts that I'm showing are not a lie. It's very confusing. So after spending 2 weeks breaking my head over this, I came to the understanding that maybe what I'm needing it's a person to show everything about me and feel safe while doing it, knowing they're not going to leave or judge me or hurt me in the long run. Even though everyone can hurt us in the long run, things happen. Some people are destined to live our lives eventually. But you get my point. I'm talking for a long time at least. And that's something I feel like we tend to confuse. We tend to confuse the desire of company with the need of safety. Because if we only cared about company, we would be fine with them reaching certain standards and being there. But what we need goes beyond that. It's related to security. And you could say that someone who's meant to be in your life is supposed to give you that, but not necessarily. Not every connection we have needs to be deep and profound. We can have people we hang out sometimes, but they don't know if we are having a bad day, or like family. Not all our family needs to know if we are struggling or if we're achieving things. They can know if we went out one day or if we have a partner, but general stuff. And I think that's good because it's okay to have variety. But what I do need right now, it's a profound connection, a deep connection, and someone to, you know, Remove my filter. Yeah. And between all these, like, feelings and thoughts vomit, do I have a solution? Yes, but you're not going to like it probably, because I didn't. And the only solution for this is either try to meet that need through something else. For example, if you have a very creative aspect and you don't have somewhere to let it be, it can be through writing or painting or music, you know? And that can satisfy that need. Or if you're a yapper like me, you can make content because then you have someone or somewhere like a space to talk. But if it goes beyond that, it's more about personality traits like me with goofiness or childish aspects of my personality or the need of, blah, blah, the need of someone to listen about my hobbies, then the only solution I have for you is socializing. And I hate that. I truly do. Because socializing, like most things in this life, is a trial and error situation. You're not going to find a deep connection right away. It can happen, but it's pretty uncommon. And that means you have to talk to a lot of people and see how it goes. And if maybe you develop trust, and eventually you're going to be able to show those aspects of yourself and test if they don't run away or if they don't judge you for it or they don't try to change you. Because that's the thing. These aspects of myself that I'm keeping to myself, it's not out of shame because I don't want to change them. It's just because I don't want to be hurt. And if you're someone who doesn't go out like me and you don't have a space to socialize, we have the online world. Nowadays, we are connected to everyone through a screen. We have Twitter, we have, I don't know, Instagram, Threads. There are places to meet people. And I used to be someone who thought the right people will find me. And I still kind of believe it because the universe, right? I believe in manifestation and that we attract things with energy. But sometimes you have to do the first move. And a girl shouldn't have to do it. But sometimes it's necessary. Because maybe the other person is thinking the same as you. And that's why you have to send the message saying hi. Or send the goofy question. Or approach someone and say, I really like your jacket. I don't know. So in the end, maybe the problem was never loneliness itself. That's why I felt so suffocated and I couldn't reach for air, if you know what I mean. Because no amount of self-reflection could fix something that was happening outside of me. Saying this as an analytical person feels like a crime, but some part of us don't need understanding alone. They need someone or somewhere to be expressed, since they can only exist with the right people or in the right place. And sadly, this isn't something that can be fixed right away. Trust me, I know. But it's a start. Because at least now you know that maybe you shouldn't look for people mindlessly, but for safety as well. To give those parts of yourself a chance to exist. And I think that's all I have to say today. This was pretty quick to record. It took me like an hour. That doesn't happen often. But I knew what to say and I hope I made my point clear. And now I'm going to order a pizza and stay in bed because I feel weak and cold and I'm done. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend because I know I'm posting this on Friday. Don't forget to subscribe, to leave a like, to leave a comment telling me your thoughts, your feelings. And don't forget to follow me on social media too. I have Instagram and TikTok. You can find them on the description below. And we'll see each other next week. So, love y'all and bye-bye. See you soon.